First of all, my name is Jelani Yeager, and today I'm going to present the development of the child imagination. So, the formation of a child's imagination. When it comes to imagination, it starts off with make believe play, which make believes is simple, starts with interaction, particularly with other children, and sometimes imaginations or whatnot. The next process after make believe, you get to begin parallel play. Then after parallel play, it surfaces into simple social play, which is an action of others. So with that term comes imaginary play, which it's all in the same. So with imaginary, you introduce imaginary friends. The child may develop relationships with certain family pets and believe that they are alive, just like the way that a child may imitate a adult figure or the mother, the father, also the doctor. And going forward with that, we also have solitary play. Now, solitary play develops during these stages. So, solitary play is usually drawing, solving puzzles, building Legos, for example. And when it comes, as I said, about imitation, these occur between the ages of 3 to 4. Now, the lack of creativity is what I really want to focus on today because my argument is that the school system is killing creativity. It's not generally just the schools, but what I want to point out is that the STEM program, the STEM program is being forced upon certain children who do not really care for things like science and math. They want art, they want music, and these programs are being taken away from them. Now, more than half feel that creativity is stiffed by their educational system. This is from a US graph. So, we have the US, the UK, Germany, France, and Japan all here. The US is represented by orange, and our creativity is being stiffed by education system. At least 62% come from the US. As a culture, we take creativity for granted. That's 70%, and creating online is part of our culture, which is also 72%. And as you can see, that is happening right now with this virus, as a lot of classes have been shifted to remote classes. Now, the lack of creativity. Now, this is a CNBC graph, which is used for the workforce in the US, and the lack of creativity, which is in red, is at 44%. So lack of soft skills such as communication, critical thinking, creativity. So the ability to really think for yourself without being told, that's where they're seeing a lack in today. Now, when it comes to the global creativity gap, the US, I just wanted to point out this one right here. Globally, Japan is seen as the most creative country, followed by the US. Even though it's 26%, Japan is still at 36%. And also here, where it says 75% of respondents say that they are under pressure to be productive rather than creative at work. So this is a quote by Sir Ken Robinson, and it reads, "Why? Why not? I think it is rather important. I think math is very important, but so is dance. All children, children dance all the time if they're allowed to. We all do. We all have bodies, don't we? Did I miss a meeting? Truthfully, what happens is, as a child grow up, we start to educate them progressively from the waist up. Rather, school is not just to blame, however." So when he goes into that, because I won't click on his TED Talk, but he goes into that and he speaks as if the parents are also to blame, as well as the school system, which I completely agree with that part. So, why is imagination important? So without imagination, you have no individuals in the world. You have no artists, no sports, no musicians. All of that is a part of the creativity method. Now we have certain schools, in particular the schools in the city of Detroit, those are geared toward engineering. A lot of schools today are geared toward engineering. The way that Detroit has tried to break that though is by building these schools geared toward these certain individuals' needs. So you have an art school, you have a school that's geared to science and math, and you have a school geared to sports. Now the problem with that still relies in the parents, for the parents to see that these schools are different. Not one school is the same. But even though those are charter schools, you still have many public schools around the U.S.